If you want to be coached by someone that podiumed their first ever MXbox LAN event, then click the MXB Coach link in the description to book a one-on-one session with me now. Back to the video. Alrighty, what's going on, boys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're on Hawkeyes Arena Cross. This is round 1 of his 12-round championship. I believe he said the first 2 rounds are going to be free, and then the rest of the rounds, the next 10 rounds, are going to be on the shop. The reason that he's putting them on the shop is because he races in real life, and he basically isn't able to fund his racing. So he wants to be able to fund his racing. So that's a good cause, I guess you could say, if you want to help out. If you guys want to help him, I guess you could say. Then when his tracks come out in the shop, feel free to buy them, and that'll be helping him to race, basically. But yeah, nonetheless, I've not seen his tracks before. I believe this is his 2nd ever track or something like that. But yeah, I've not seen his tracks before, but this track looked like a very, very fun track. Obviously, we haven't really done a lot of Arena Cross lately. Not really been a whole lot of Arena Cross tracks coming out. Looks like we've got a few Kelso logos, Cloud. But yeah, nonetheless, I've not seen his tracks before, so I don't really know what to expect. And as you can probably tell by the front plate of this bike, we did indeed win the Black Cash Championship on Wednesday, so that's a big W. We won it at Moto Early, which is very nice. But yeah, made myself a little championship bike the other day for it. And yeah, I do apologize. I would obviously have a Mika bar pad on right now, but this paint is made for the Renthal bar pad on shop with the handguards. Obviously, I've taken it off for Supercross. Let's see if we can run a lap. Not really sure what lap times to expect. Obviously, it's a Arena Cross. It's not going to be long lap times by any means. Let's see if we can go triple. But already we've got a 27 something lap time, which is pretty quick. Obviously, it's Arena Cross. Very easy whoop section. Then we come around here, nice and steady. Go on, off, on. Oh, of course we've messed it up right at the end. Right, let's see if we can go back to that lap. See if we can get another lap. So, double across the finish line. Nice right-hander. Go triple. Nice left-hander up into 4th. Getting squirrely. Very sketchy, but it's fine. We're going to keep it going. We can gain some time at the end. And then on, off, again. In the bowl corner, cut down nice and early, throttle. There we go. So a nice 26-ish lap time there. Could probably get like 25s maybe around here. But yeah, we got Supercross today. As you guys are gonna be seeing this, it is round 13, I do believe it is. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's gonna be a mudder. I'm not sure anyone really knows if it's gonna be a modder. I haven't actually looked what the weather's gonna be like in real life, so I don't even know myself whether we're expecting to get mud in real life. But Wes did say that if it is a mudder, he's going to crank the E-Road up. So if it is going to be a mudder again, it's going to be really, really rough. I don't even know what the E-Road is going to be. The E-Road is already pretty high in races. So I don't really know what they're going to put it to. But I think it's going to be very, very interesting to see what they put it to. But, I mean, it's a mudder. I don't really know it's kind of what you'd expect. If you guys watch the real life racing on the Saturday, you guys would know how rough that track got and how sketchy that track was. So it'd be interesting to see if we can kind of replicate that in bikes if it is going to be a mudder again. I don't really want it to be a mudder again. It's not that enjoyable to watch in real life and or ride in bikes, but it's what it is. At the end of the day, we're sort of replicating the real life. So if it is raining in real life, then we have a mudder and aerial, then it is what it is. I'm not gonna not race it because of it. We just have to kind of sort it out. But I don't mind rain races. I don't hate them. I feel like it kind of slows the racing down, which I do kind of like. I feel like with it being so quick and sacked this year, it is very, very hard when it's just normally dry. It's kind of the same top 3, top 4. But when rain comes in, kind of slows the racing down. The more consistent guys come out to shine. So I don't mind it. Obviously, I'd prefer dry, but if it rains, it rains. It is what it is. At the end of the day, we're all racing the same track. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We haven't got that many rounds left to Supercross, to be fair. I want to try and get maybe 5th or 6th in points. I think it is. Yeah, I want to try and get 6th in points. I need to pass Finn, but I'm not sure what's happened to Finn. Finn has missed the last 2 Supercross rounds, and he also missed GPs on the Monday. So that's 3 pro races that he's missed now in 2 weeks. So I don't really know where he is. I don't really know what he's doing. Whether he's stopped playing the game, because he does that a lot. He starts a lot of series, and then 5-6 rounds in, he's like, no, that's enough of that, and then doesn't race anymore. So be interested to see whether Finn does show up on Friday to see if he is racing or not. If not, I believe we're 20 something points behind him, 22, 23 points behind him or something. So probably take me about 2 rounds to pass him, I would have thought. Unless I get another podium, but yeah, it'd probably take me 2 rounds to pass him, would have thought. So We want to try and get 16 points. That's where I want to be. And yeah, just keep going and making our way up in the SMX points, really. Obviously, do SMX end of the year, double points, triple points, so it's very, very interesting towards the end of the year. And I'd like to get a career number this year, obviously, who wouldn't? But I'm not stressing over it like I did last year. For that last year, I stressed over a career number way too much. Kept like checking results, adding the results up, and it just became I was working out points and this and that, like 2-3 days after aerial, and I don't really want to be doing that again this year, to be honest. I don't really want to keep stressing over it too much. Yeah, and then we have about a week off, and then it turns to outdoors. We don't have a long break between Supercross outdoors whatsoever. So I feel like when we get to maybe round 15, 16-ish of Supercross, we'll start getting some actual outdoor practice in, start properly getting into the outdoor mood. I think I'm going to stick to the Yamaha. I feel like Yamaha is kind of meta at the minute for everything, Supercross and outdoors. So I think I'm going to stick. That has cushions. I think I'm going to stick to the Yamaha. I'm not really in a rush to change the bike. It feels good to me. It feels nice. Feels fine. Obviously, I had top 5s on it in GPs, so pretty much where I left off on the KTM. Obviously, got what was it, 5th overall on round 1 France on the KTM. And then, yeah, first time actually racing the Yamaha properly was last week at Majora, or this week, I should say, at Majora. So yeah, it was nice to sort of know that I'm the same speed on the Yamaha than on the KTM, so don't have to stress too much. Kind of got the Yamaha in a good spot, like suspension-wise, Supercross and outdoors now. It's kind of got to a point where I'm not really changing stuff. I don't feel like I have to keep fiddling around with things. Although, speaking of, if it is a mudder again, I might make my setup a little bit softer for the mud, because I struggled a little bit in the E-Road, and the later on in the race, my setup seems to struggle a little bit. It doesn't like to follow ruts, it almost likes to bounce me out a lot. So I might make it a little bit softer so it doesn't skip around so much in the bumps, it like soaks them up a bit more. But that's if it's a mudder. I feel like in a normal Supercross, I can kind of be alright on it. I haven't really got to fiddle around with it too much, maybe make it a little bit softer. But yeah, when it comes to a mudder, if we're doing mud and deep E-Road, it's going to be rough by about 5-10 minutes in, like deep E-Road. So yeah, if it comes to a mudder and the E-Road is going to be whacked up, then I definitely will make my setup a little bit softer, and yeah, see how that works. But I need to do a little bit of testing this week, maybe just kind of figure it out a little bit, see what I need to change, see what works, see what doesn't. But yeah, we've only got like 5 rounds, something left, something like that. So yeah, not long left to Supercross, and I'm kind of hoping that they're not all going to be mudders, because apparently a lot of them are meant to be mudders this year, and don't really want to do mudder after mudder after mudder after mudder, because they're fun, but they're not that fun. I don't really want to do 5 mudders in a row, but you know, it is what it is. But just don't really want to be doing that. Could go over. I mean, not really quicker, I don't think. But yeah, I want to try and start doing some more streams. Obviously, kind of doing that championship, Black Car Championship on Wednesday kind of made me stream a little bit. But now that that's over, I've not really got days that I'm like sort of forcing myself to stream. So I want to try to do 2 streams a week if I possibly can. I want to try and just do that. I enjoy streaming, but I feel like this game is very stale sometimes, and there'll be weeks where nothing new comes out that is really that interesting. So it's hard to do a stream on tracks where you know, then there's no new tracks that people are playing, there's no hype tracks, it's just old tracks, no one's really on. So it gets kind of boring, and the streams get kind of stale when I do that. So definitely need to kind of, if there's a week where there's like 2 or 3 good tracks that everyone's kind of enjoying that come out, which is very rare, but if it does, then I'll try and, you know, get a couple of streams in that week. But yeah, like I said, I want to try and get 2 streams in a week if I possibly can. That's kind of the goal. I want to get into some more weekly streaming. But yeah, it's just hard to find the motivation sometimes when this game isn't always popping out new things. But yeah, it is what it is. But that'll do it for me. If you guys do want to get this track, it is completely free on MXV Mods. And yeah, like I said, round 1 and round 2 will be completely free on mods. This is round 1. And then the next 10 rounds are all going to be on the shop to support this track creator's racing journey, I guess you could say. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video. Peace.